Boom. And there we go. Just like
We're
that.
live. Easy breezy.
Oh man, that was. We only had to sacrifice 3 lambs this time. We're really getting there.
It's funny. I was looking at the YouTube channel and it shows the thumbnails of like us talking, and we've done 5 episodes, and I've worn the same shirt in 2 of them.
No way.
And it would have been hilarious. I bet, and that shirt's like in my top 5 shirts too. It's even got like a paint thing on it or something, so it's like I can't wear it really in public. But that is my go-to shirt. You'll see that probably in at least 40% of these episodes.
That's fantastic. See, I've switched to buying generic crew necks and V-neck shirts. So that way I bought like 10 or 5 to 6 actually. I don't know why I said 10. Like 5 to 6 like black crew necks. And then I
Okay.
bought like 6 because I bought 2 3-packs. I bought 6 white V-necks. So like throughout the week, I try to mix it up every day so that way
It's
people
tricky.
don't think I'm like wearing the same shirt, but I literally just like pick one or the other every day because and then I'll just like throw a layer on top of it, and that's my entire wardrobe. Like today's different. I'm wearing like I don't even know where I got this shirt. It like probably Nori bought it for me or my mom or somebody. I don't know, but so it's just
But once
out
you
of the
find that,
wardrobe.
once you find, I don't know, maybe it's a middle age thing or like when you get old, that one of the signs of getting old is like when you find a shirt that you like, you just have to buy the same shirt but buy different colors.
Yeah,
Have you
no,
done
I'm
that yet?
there. I'm there.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've done it at Target. It's hard to find a good shirt for me, and when I go to Target and I find my shirt, I like Target's actually my place. That's my clothing place. Like I've also hit that
The
age, right?
brand, the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something, yeah, yeah, we're not sponsored by them, but um yeah, they're comfortable. I don't, but the graphic shirts, they're hit and miss.
Yeah, they are. They are. I've had a couple
Very,
where they
very good.
either fade or they like peel. I had one that
They're just
peeled.
scratchy. They're like, I don't want to.
Oh, I didn't even get to that
And then
experience.
sometimes they're too tight. Like I get medium, and I'm getting medium, and then one's like super tight, and one's not tight, and I'm like, ah. And that's why when you find one, you just buy like 10 of them, and then you have to kind of do what you have to do something weird with it, or you just wear it all the time.
I love it when they're like a good snug fit because I'm a tiny person, right? But like when they're snug, it makes me feel like I have muscles, and I'm like, ooh, this feels
Well, there's a tip.
nice.
I have a tip for you.
All right. Does it work out more?
It's No, no, no.
Oh,
That's too
okay.
much work. You can do just like 10 push-ups or 20 push-ups. Do like your max push-ups, and then that's it.
Yeah, that like builds this and then like here,
You'll
right?
feel tight. You'll feel tight for a good hour, and
Oh
then
yeah.
you can just keep doing it
Oh,
every
yeah.
hour
Oh,
until you're
you
good.
mean just do it throughout the day?
Yeah, yeah. Just
Oh,
do it throughout the
okay,
day. It
yeah, yeah.
makes it look
That's
like
insane.
and it turns you red a little bit, gets you a little bit of color, and you kind of wake you up a little bit.
Yeah, I've been on well, okay, I had to skip the weekend, but I've been working out consistently like every day for the past almost month now.
That's a win.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gaining a little bit of weight. It's nice. Put myself on the scale. I've gained like 5 pounds, which is kind of crazy.
There you
I
go.
I've also been eating a lot more, so that's probably a big part of it. It's probably fat,
Like
not
good food,
muscle.
or
Yeah, yeah. Like I've been trying to throw a lot of spinach in my diet. So yeah, I know
okay.
that's some adult stuff right there. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Well, it takes a lot of spinach to make spinach.
Does it really?
Well, are you cooking? Oh, wait, hold on. How are you eating it? Are you
Oh, I'm
sautéing it?
putting it in tortellini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never
that's what
mind.
I like. That's what I just did. So
Okay, okay.
like throwing it in like pasta, is like the easiest way for me to eat it. I threw it on like pizza at one point, but that doesn't really count.
Hey, is this
Um,
live?
yeah, we're 100% live. This is
Are you
all
sure?
all on the pod.
You're positive.
I have the live notification right now. We're there.
I don't see it on YouTube. I'm on
Um,
the right website. I don't
no,
want
we're
to jack
there,
all this
man.
up. Okay, well, just making sure. Maybe I'm not connected to the internet. Maybe we have so many episodes that it won't even show up for me. What are we on? 6 episodes?
This would be. Oh, I should probably put it as episode 6, huh?
Or are we 7?
No, we're on episode 6.
Wait, one, two, three, four, five, six. We're 7, right?
No, no, because we skipped a week.
Oh. Oh, maybe I'm seeing the future right now. Like I'm doing this thing where like I'm in the past or the future.
They have a word for that. It's called deja vu.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I had that really bad the other day,
Oh, here it is.
cause
It is.
Over the weekend, I drove to Alabama for my nerdy card tournament stuff, and I had this weird sensation of deja vu, and it was the kind of deja vu where like you know what's gonna happen, like right before it happens, probably like 20 seconds before it happens, and I was just losing my mind. It was so creepy, because like I've never been in Alabama before, and so I was just sitting there and I was like, this is a weird sensation. I just felt like bringing that up. A little bit weird, but
You drove pretty far away there for that.
yeah, about 8 hours, 8.5 hours, something like that. So I drove all the way back. No sleep on the way back. So it's a good time.
I'm trying. How do I get people to like listen to this show?
Oh, that's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it?
Can I go to like video game like in Reddit? There's probably some mod there that's gonna deny it.
Yeah, yeah. I think honestly, we could probably talk a little bit more after the pod, but a lot of exposure really just kind of comes from showing it to people, and like being involved in communities and showing it to communities and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta definitely start doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, there's a lot more networking involved than people realize. So that's like one of the better ways, and then obviously like feeding into the algorithm and stuff. So like actually taking these, reposting them, doing a little bit of edit and trim, and then all that
Or we
stuff.
get somebody on the show. Like, would that be kind of cool? Like, we gotta find. How do we find little shows that we could reach out to somebody and be like, "Yo, do you want to be on this show?"
I mean, there's
That'd
plenty
be
of
another
ways.
idea.
I mean, it's really just kind of again that goes down to networking. You just gotta like reach out, find communities.
All right, let me do that. I'm gonna work on that because I could probably do that at night or like when I have the kid.
There you go.
I'm kind of curious. We just need like two people. We had two people, man. We could just talk.
We've had one concurrent viewer consistently
That
every
doesn't count.
show. 100%. That's one person.
Yeah, Kara doesn't even watch it. God dang.
Nori watches it. When Nori watches it, we have like 2 or 3 people. It's crazy.
There you go. We have or 4 subscribers. It just went down. I thought I saw 6. That was my deja
It
vu
just
again.
went down. No,
It just went down literally right now.
that's wild. So,
Um.
well, what's our
So we
what's
should
our
do
tiebreaker?
we should do our break.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
icebreaker.
warm
Or
up,
whatever.
whatever. Icebreaker. There we go. Tiebreaker. God, I'm in
Our
tournament mode, man.
our sand breaker. So we're on an island for a year. We have
We
all
are.
our basic needs met, and we have one item to bring. And so for this one, we're gonna bring one sci-fi show or movie.
Okay, so we bring so.
And Resident Alien can be an answer.
Yes, it can.
You get all the
God.
seasons. You get
All right.
all like 4
I'm
seasons.
gonna do I'm gonna do us a little bit of a favor here, because this will open up the debate. If
Don't
you
say
say
Firefly.
movie, you get to choose the entire series of movies.
Okay.
Because you said
consider
show,
that.
and there's a lot more content in a show than in a movie. So you kind of
Facts,
disqualify
So what do you mean?
shows
So
at
if
that
I
point.
pick Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, you're telling me I get all the Star Wars?
Yeah, you get all the. Well, crap. Now we open up a whole.
Yeah, that's too much, bro. I don't know about
All
that.
right, all right. I know what I'm picking. I already know what I'm picking.
I think it has to be one thing.
Yeah,
But it
okay,
can be,
fair.
if it's a show, it's all seasons.
Oh yeah, I know what I'm picking. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm looking at, well, I'm binging it, so God knows these suggestions are gonna be awful.
So,
Wait, is The Boys considered sci-fi? Would you consider The
no,
Boys sci-fi?
no, definitely not.
I would consider that action. Or superhero. Superhero is own genre.
Superhero has to be its own genre at this point. It's too big.
So we
I
have,
would actually consider that comic book.
is that its own? Okay, that'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So we in our we had a couple interviews this week. And in our interviews, one of the questions I ask is I ask who's your favorite superhero? And 2 people. So we've had what 3 interviews this week. 2 people, and I've never heard this before ever. They said Ninja Turtles.
It's because of
And
the new
then
movie coming out.
is that it? And then we got into a debate on whether Ninja Turtles are superheroes.
That's a great question, because they're vigilantes. They're not necessarily superheroes.
And they don't have like superpowers?
Their superpower is that they're a sentient turtle. What do you mean?
I mean, they're walking. We did bring this up. Like, you don't see walking turtles all the time. And you also don't see walking turtles who know, ninja stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
martial arts with like
yeah,
advanced weapon
exactly.
training that
There's the
can
word,
literally
martial
murder
arts.
people. Um, bit of a segue, real quick. Did you hear about the new Ninja Turtle game that's potentially coming out?
It's not the Shredder one. It's a different one.
No, it's called the Last Ronin. Um,
Okay, this sounds nice.
yeah, here I think I'm echoing just slightly.
Is it a cartoon or is it like
Uh,
is it a side-scrolling beat 'em up or is it something real?
so
Dude, I would love like
I
a
think
Batman.
I don't know what it's
You,
called. Well, it's gonna be
you
like
know the
Batman.
Batman
It's gonna be
games?
very nitty gritty because it's based on the Last Ronin, which is basically the Ninja Turtles were killed except for one, who's trying to get revenge, and it's very
Which I already
dark.
like John
Yeah,
Wick.
it's very
Oh,
very dark. Yeah,
could you
so
imagine John Wick but Ninja Turtles?
I think that's kind of what this is gonna be, because
Just blood everywhere. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be
and some of the
crazy.
concept art they had him like with the swords and the size and the like and the nunchucks and all that. Like he was wielding multiple weapons because
Here, what
like
do I
all
gotta
of the
do?
brothers are dead.
It's a new Turtles game.
Yeah, type in Last Ronin Ninja Turtle. It'll pop up. It's based on the comic.
The Last Ronin. Ooh, that's kind of cool character looking.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty cool, but
Who's making it?
I have no idea. I saw it pop up recently and I was like, that is super cool. So it has been pretty excited.
Dude, but I am saying this. The Batman, the Rocksteady games.
Yeah,
If they made a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one like that,
like an
I think
Arkham
that'd
beat 'em
go
up
big.
kind of game.
No, you played the Batman, what's the Batman, the big one? When Batman became like a video game, it's finally a video game that was like really good.
Arkham, yeah, right.
Oh, Arkham Knight. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Arkham Knight.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arkham City. If they made that, I wouldn't consider that. Is that a beat 'em up?
I think so, right?
I guess a 3D beat 'em up? What would they consider that?
What is a beat 'em up?
I guess, yeah, I guess it is because it's just
Yeah, it's
not
a
a side
brawler. Yeah,
scrolling. It's
yeah.
just
Fight a
3D.
large
It's
number
just
of
3D, not
enemies
side
in
scrolling.
unarmed combat. Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess when I'm thinking beat 'em up, I'm always thinking it's a side scrolling game.
Man, I was like, all right, well, did I just make up a
But yeah,
term?
dude, if
And
they made that into Turtles, that would
oh
be
yeah, I
fantastic.
think that's what it's gonna be. It has to be. I mean, it's gonna be phenomenal. So,
Yeah, it does. It's inspired by big action RPGs like God of War,
oh yeah, yeah, that's gonna
something
be
like God of
sick.
War.
That's gonna be so sick. So,
Yeah, exactly.
or like if they made like a Spider-Man's the same vein, like the new Amazing Spider-Man games or Marvelous Spider-Man, whatever they're called.
Yeah. That would be
Yeah,
good
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a little cartoony though.
Yeah, but you can make that nitty gritty. That's just like a tone
Yeah,
shift.
I'm
That
with you
not
on that.
necessarily a gameplay shift. So
I'm with you. All right, sci-fi show.
yeah.
What'd you pick?
I'm going with the animated Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Okay, that's on this list next to PJ Masks. Okay.
Yeah, it is a phenomenal show. If you haven't watched it, recommend it. Probably not with your wife because she'll be like, "What is this childish garbage?" But
Exactly, yeah.
um,
Wait, that's on Disney, right?
yeah, dude, it has so many dark themes in it, and like, it's just one of those things that was ahead of its time. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's Dave Filoni, so it has to be good. So,
Yeah, and that's I don't if I had to watch one Star Wars thing, you're like, yo, you're gonna watch one Star Wars thing. Which one would you watch? That's it? The one you
probably,
recommend?
like the thing about it is anthology, so it's a lot of like different stories, um, but it really ties together movies 2 and 3 very very nicely. That the Clone Wars existing, like the show, the Clone Wars existing, makes Star Wars Episode 3 a good movie. Like that's how good this is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I definitely, and like the final season is just so good. Just oh man. So yeah, I definitely
I'm gonna
recommend
be
it.
honest with you. I haven't been into a Star Wars movie in a very, very long time.
Um, I mean, to me, this is controversial opinion. I think the Star Wars movies are not the best mediums to absorb Star Wars content. I think what they did
Mm.
for like media and all that stuff is fantastic. Love it, great, whatever. Move on.
Wait, did
I
you say Clone Wars?
huh?
Did you say Clone Wars?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think the best way to absorb Star Wars media is long form media. So like books, video games, TV series, that kind of stuff.
It's got really good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's very
You
good.
got like 93.
You get to see like Darth Maul come back, and he's unhinged and just it's It's very good. Highly recommend. What is his name? Sam Witwer?
I know
Yes, I think
Woodward.
that's his name. Yeah,
You ever
Sam
watch
Witwer
Eureka?
does Maul, so it's just very good. Huh?
Do you ever watch Eureka?
No, it's been recommended to me a couple times, but I haven't watched
I've
it.
tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it.
Did you ever watch Fringe?
No, I've heard of it, but I haven't.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's got 90%. Ooh, that might be good too.
Yeah, if you want more of like a like
Oh,
kind
that's
of
like X-Files, right?
yeah, it's like it feels like a Steven Spielberg kind of like TV show. Um, it's good.
Ooh, I don't know what to put on here. Dude, how is Heroes isn't on here?
I
I'm
would
looking at
again,
what
I would say Heroes is superhero comic book. I wouldn't say that's
I,
sci-fi.
you wouldn't put it in sci-fi, huh?
No, no. Though like Heroes was great until it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Wait, what do you think? Well, here's my, I'm going to test you, and we'll test all the listeners, all the zero listeners. All right,
Hell yeah.
top five on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, top five sci-fi shows. I want you to guess at least three of them.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
No.
How is that not top
Here, I'm going to give
five?
you one hint. I'm going to give you one hint.
All right.
Okay, none of them are cartoons or animated. I mean, that's a big hint because you would think there's got to be some anime.
That's a hard one. I mean, I would naturally put Fringe on there.
And think about it too. Like these are all time, so like we're talking like the last 30 years, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I would say Fringe, because that was very long running.
Fringe is number 11.
Really? Oh, dude, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be way off then. I have no idea.
Although to be fair, I don't know how they're ranking this because it's definitely not ranked based on the score. So it must be based on like people liking it. I mean, it makes sense when I tell
Oh
you what it
well,
is. It's
Firefly
going to make sense.
obviously is on there.
Yeah. Well, the interesting part is I haven't even seen. Oh, Firefly's number 12.
What? Okay, all right, lay it on me. What are they?
I thought that would be higher. When you hear this, you're gonna think, like if you watch what's that show? The what's
The
the show I was watching on HBO? The Big Bang Theory, right? You're thinking, hey, what three shows are these guys watching?
oh no, Star Trek.
It's definitely Star Trek. Okay, so we have Star Trek
God,
and then Next Generation and
Battlestar
then the original.
Galactica.
That's number one. So that's all I
Yeah,
needed to ask
yeah,
was
yeah.
that. And
Stargate.
Doctor Who and X-Files.
Yeah, what about Stargate?
Those top five. Stargate's got to be top 10. It's not.
Man, I
You
feel like
got
there's so
Futurama.
much. I feel like there's a lot.
These make sense though, really.
I mean, they make
I've
sense
never seen a counterpart.
for like name recognition, but I feel like there's better medias out there. You know?
J.K. Simmons. I know that's pretty good. All right, my show. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Ooh, I'm
If you say Star Trek,
you're gonna make fun of me, but
I always make fun of you.
I'm
What's
gonna pick
gonna
my
change?
show. I'm gonna pick my show. I'm
Yeah,
going
pick.
all in on this show.
Is it Resident Alien?
I'm 100% going with Resident Alien, and I
Oh
just want
my
to say
god!
why. I want to explain it. So
Tell
one,
the world. Tell the world.
tell the
Preach.
world, I want to sell this show. Okay, one, it's a sci-fi show, no doubt. It's the definition of a sci-fi show, but it's got mystery to it. It's got like drama. It's very paced very well. It's got, and then it's comedy, which is huge. There's not a whole lot of comedy. I'm looking at this list. There ain't a whole lot about these 100 comedy sci-fi shows. And if I'm on an island for a year, you better believe I want a freaking comedy. So my final answer, Resident Alien.
All right. I mean, yeah, you got your reasons. I mean, you've loved that show since the beginning, so.
And it's got a 94% Rotten Tomatoes.
You know what show I really wanted to have a third season that was sci-fi was the Terminator show. Ended on a cliffhanger, really pissed me off, and I just wanted more. That's all I wanted. And there was like a little romance with like John Connor and the Terminator. I was invested. I was all in. Chips on the
Have you
table,
seen all
all
the
in.
Terminators?
Huh?
Have you seen them all, like the original ones?
Yeah, I grew up with them.
I never got into Terminator.
Really? Yeah,
I
my
don't know
dad made me
why.
watch them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
I
like
could see.
4 years old, I think.
Definitely a dad.
Maybe my sister was 4 years old, but she walked out of her bedroom. You know those like bead necklaces that you wear for like Mardi Gras and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she wore it like a bandolier. And my mom was like, "What are you doing?" And then I walked out, and I was wearing one like a bandolier, and we were like, "We're Terminators," and that's my earliest memory. So it was
So my,
fantastic.
so my memory is I don't know how old I was. I was at a sleepover birthday party, and we're at this kid's house, and there's like all I remember is a giant room, and we're watching a movie, and it's got to be like 11 o'clock at night. I'm probably in second grade. I know I'm less than third grade. I'm thinking first grade, second grade. We're watching Total Recall.
Oh man,
And
what a film!
exactly, especially for like a first grader, this three
God,
boob.
that'll mess you up. The one scene where the
And
face comes off. Oh,
yeah, I was the only kid at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I call my mom and I'm like crying, like bawling, like pick me up. I can't, I
you know
can't
what it
sleep.
was? It was the three boobed lady.
Yeah,
Really got to you.
I mean that definitely is why I have so many issues in my life.
A
It's
hundred
that
percent.
scene from first or second grade.
Yeah. Honestly, that movie can really mess you up because I remember having to look away a lot when I was a kid watching that movie. Cause
Like what parent shows that at a sleepover?
mine. Oh, at a sleepover? Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, it's subjecting your own kids, like, kind of do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like, you know your kids better, but like some random kids, I don't know.
That's actually a genius idea though.
What
Like I
scarring
showed him,
children?
yeah, so like a horror movie that's like that new movie that looks pretty good. That Evil Dead Arise or something.
Yeah,
Have you
I've
seen
been
the
thinking
trailer for
about
that?
it. Yeah, I saw the trailer. It looks kind of
It looks
good.
pretty freaky. I show that to like a first grade birthday party.
Yeah,
I'm
you
winning
think
friends.
so?
I'm winning friends after that one.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, definitely not getting sued for some lawsuit that I'm not. I mean, you went to law school. You could probably name the lawsuit, but
There is what is it called? Intentional infliction of emotional distress. So it
yeah,
is an
that is
actual
a
civil
thing.
claim. It is a civil claim, and that would be a good that could theory. I don't have any money, but that could be something that definitely could be
I
suable a
don't
little
have
bit.
any money. Jesus.
I mean, I should go back and sue the guy.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think we should open this up. I think we need to get there. So, oh man.
All right, we got our episode. That's good.
Speaking of
All right,
intentional infliction of emotional distress, did you ever hear about phasmophobia? It was all the rage like a couple years ago during COVID.
I think we talked about this recently.
Yeah, it's like the game where like you got to figure out what ghost is haunting you. It's like a multiplayer game, like whatever. It was all the rage, right? They also had VR support. It was great. Streamers played all that stuff. A new game of that genre came out recently, I think like 2 weeks ago, and it basically it doesn't claim, but the fan base is drawing the parallels. It's essentially like a spiritual successor to Phasmophobia, and all I see of this game are just terrifying clips. Like this, like Phasmophobia was like spooky, but because you're playing it and you're involved, I'm watching some of these clips of this game, which is called Demonologist, and I'm like, my God, it is a little intense, like because we both know like the Bloody Mary and all that stuff, which is kind of like what we
Oh, I've
identify
never
with a
seen
little
that.
bit more.
Well, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember being in church and going in the bathroom and saying,
nice, nice with the communion wine.
because I'm trying to be in a safe place if I'm going to do it. I need there to be in a public place.
Well, they're not gonna come to a safe place. I remember doing it once, and like, oh God, I was so
Holy
scared.
shit. This has 444,000 positive reviews on Steam.
Yeah, the game popped off. I don't know when it released. It probably been like a month ago. Um, but
Ooh, it's in VR. I bet you that's
people
really
are
cool.
losing their minds over this game. It's very, very good. It has like tasteful scares, but they're also organic scares. You know, it's not like Outlast is like a game that doesn't have a lot of organic scares in it, right? Because there's a lot of like scripted scares. Whereas Amnesia has a lot of organic scares. This has a lot of organic scares in it. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh, it's multiplayer too?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Play with friends, play with family, play with your kids, have a sleepover, play with their kids. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
There's your LAN
saying.
party. There's your LAN party.
Oh God, you could write
You've
Bloody
always
Mary on the
wanted.
mirror, and then everybody just plays their computers in there, just chanting
That
Bloody
actually
Mary.
looks pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it looks super good.
It's got some good reviews, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I don't know what happened, but this year, I know you disagree with this, but I think this year is going to be probably the biggest year in gaming compared to like in like the last probably 6 years. Um, Actually, probably 7. I can't think of like a bigger year in gaming because like we've had a lot of like landmark titles come out, like Fortnite, Valorant, like those kinds of games. But like this year is gonna have landmark titles, and we're having a lot of like of these sectors kind of all introducing their own landmark titles within that, which is really cool.
Yeah, man, that's a whole nother. I'm like best gaming years. Like what years? I mean, 2017 had Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not a fan.
Oh, did you see the trailer for the new one?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It
I mean, it looked like
looks
I said in the last one. We talked like briefly about it, but it definitely looks it looks like the first one.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was part of the trailer or what I saw, but basically this guy was like, "Here's the map for Breath of the Wild 2." And he gets kicked off of a platform and he's literally falling for like 2 minutes straight. And the map is massive. So, I mean, that actually, I don't know. It might draw me in
Yeah, you might like it. Yeah.
cuz I like games where there's a bunch to do and I can just get organically sucked in. So,
Yeah, I just if they could just fix the weapons, if they could, okay, I'll tell you this. If they could fix the weapons, I don't want that stuff breaking. And if they could fix the frame rate,
the frame rate's the bigger issue in my
so it's
opinion.
60 frames or at least 30 or 40 just consistently, I could care less about 4K.
Did you get the
Uh,
Master Sword in your run?
no, I never got that far. I literally, I think I paid 6 hours, 8 hours tops.
Because if you get the Master Sword, it's a permanent weapon.
Yeah, that sword's the permit. Yeah, I heard about that.
So,
So 2017 had PUBG, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, Mario Odyssey, RE7, Cuphead, Persona 5.
oh, okay. That
Oh,
that's a
and
huge
Horizon Zero
year.
Dawn. And it had Horizon Zero
Okay,
Dawn.
that's a huge year. Yeah, it's a really good year. All right,
Yeah, it's
I
like
would say
pretty good.
since 2017, this is probably going to be the biggest
Yeah,
year in
I could
gaming.
probably see that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because like everybody thought the COVID year in gaming was going to be huge, but I mean it was
I
fine.
don't, but I think Starfield would have to come out. Like it has to
Starfield
come out.
has to come out. I agree.
Yeah,
We
I'd
need
agree.
a Bethesda title to beat 2017. If we have the Bethesda title, it's going to launch. It's going to be buggy, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Dude, what would the biggest news be if like Skyrim just like live drop tomorrow?
Skyrim,
Yeah, like Skyrim 6 or whatever, Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
Like
think people are tired of Skyrim dropping. I don't know if it was fake, but I saw a trailer for Elder Scrolls 6. That looked pretty cool.
that'd be awesome. Like it'd be cool if they just shadow dropped something and just said, "Hey, it's out."
I
There's no way
highly
they're
doubt
keeping
it.
something like that secret, but that'd be insane.
I think they're gonna so like they semi-announced the Elden Ring DLC, but I can almost guarantee you they're gonna like shadow drop it. They're gonna announce it like 2 weeks before it drops or some crazy nonsense like that. And that'll make the world go crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about this year. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if we did talk about RE4. I finished that. I don't know if I had finished that before last. Um, but I did finish RE4 and it was really cool. So definitely would be in my top 10 of games this year.
What
Probably
is
top, I mean, I could see it being top five.
what is with the new Resident Evil games and people releasing scandalous mods right on day one? Like these people have models ready to go of like naked Leon, naked female protagonists, and all that stuff. Did
I
you
think because
hear?
it's probably pretty easy to do. They already
Oh
have it.
yeah,
They have it on file from 6 years ago.
yeah, exactly. Did you hear? There's a canon reason why the females don't age in Resident Evil.
Okay,
They
what is it?
have like special
Because it's a
strains
Japanese
of the
game.
T virus or something, or they were exposed in something
Uh,
like that. So I don't know if it's confirmed actually. I read a couple articles. I couldn't get anybody to say it's actually confirmed. So it could be heavy speculation based on like loosely what the developer said. But everybody's calling it the young and hot virus, which is hilarious. I just think that's fantastic.
yeah, I'm looking at releases for 2023. So we have Fire Emblem Engage. I'm gonna put that in there. Forspoken, Monster Hunter
And
Rise.
Forspoken doesn't count. The game is terrible.
I'm thinking of like big ones. I'm just looking at like big titles I've heard of. Definitely Hogwarts Legacy.
Meet Your Maker came out, right? Oh,
Meteor
do not
Maker.
forget about Mega Man Battle Network. It comes out in 2 days. I am
That
so
can't
excited.
possibly be why it's the best year in the last 6
I am
years.
so excited. You have no idea. I keep watching the trailer every day. I want to play it so bad. The
That's
only
hilarious.
thing that would get me more excited about a remake is if they redid Custom Robo Arena. Did you ever play that game?
No.
Oh,
What is that
dude,
one?
that game is fantastic. So there's
These are
two.
all like GBA games, right?
Huh?
Like Game Boy games?
No. Well, this was on. I think it was on GameCube or maybe 64. I'm not sure. But then they came out with. Yeah. So Custom Robo was on GameCube, and then Custom Robo Arena was on DS. Um, and I played it on the DS, man, and it was fantastic. You get to like make your own mechs. There was like this whole storyline
Uh-huh.
where it was like, yeah, they like kill people, and then the big twist was they drop you onto an island like in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you do like a duelist island battle arc, and then all of a sudden you fight one person, and then like the sky turns red, and everybody starts killing each other, and you're like, what is happening? We were fighting with robots 2 minutes ago, but now people are dying, and then you have to figure that out. It's super good. I love it. It's great. I need to
Yeah,
replay
it
it.
looks okay. This looks like one of those games that's like $1 million trying to buy it.
Yeah, 100%. Um, so and then what is it? There was another game that comes out. Oh man, I shouldn't have gone on that whole tangent about Custom Robo because now I can't figure out what other game is coming out this year. But I think we're getting a lot of really good stuff. That's just me. I'm very excited. I like 2 days from now, I'm buying the Mega Man Battle Network stuff, which is super cool.
Man, and you're paying full price for it. That's awesome. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Why would I emulate it when I could just buy it again? You kidding
There
me?
you
That's
go.
crazy.
They support them.
So, um,
Well, they
yeah,
got Advance Wars. And
that's
and
what I
by the
was gonna
way,
say.
I
Thank you.
did just so Advance Wars 2, I just bought so I was looking at Game Informer or a GameStop and they had buy two get one. So I bought Hogwarts, I bought Fire Emblem Engage, and I bought the Marvel Midnight Suns or whatever, the card one.
Oh, did you? Okay.
And I'm curious on if I had my choice between those two games to play right now, Hogwarts or the Midnight Suns. It's crazy to think that I would pick Midnight Suns before Hogwarts.
See, I don't think it's that crazy. I think Midnight Suns has a really captivating storyline from the clips I've seen, whereas Hogwarts Legacy, like, does it?
I feel like it's just gonna be a really deep game, and I'm trying to like not have like a deep, deep game. Especially since I'm still playing, I still got Game Flash, so I still gotta play. So we haven't talked about games that we're playing, but I started playing Crisis Core. Which, by the way, have you ever played the Final Fantasy Crisis Core Reunion or whatever?
Is that the remake of Seven?
No, no. So seven has a remake, and then they're gonna have another one, right? It's gonna have like 3 episodes or whatever.
Sure.
Um, but they had this game on PSP like many years ago. It's called Crisis Core. That's basically like the telling of remember Zack, like the Zack character, the
Yeah, yeah.
black hair. It's telling the story of him. Um, and I guess it was on the PSP, and it was a really big game. Now
Oh,
I had a PSP. I never played it. And I'm a huge
as
Final
is the
Fantasy.
story with a lot of people, but yeah,
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, and yeah, for sure. And I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. Like there can be, I'm definitely top of 5 of my games of all times. And I'm playing this game, and it's way better than I thought it was going to be. Definitely a game I'd recommend. It's definitely a button masher. Like it's the new style of Final Fantasy where you're just hitting X, hitting X, hitting X all the time, and then doing your magic power every now and then. But it's freaking, and it's just a good. The storyline's okay. It's not huge, but it's just engaging and it's addicting. Like I want to keep playing. It's got like these missions. It's a pretty short game. I guess it's like 10, 12 hours, but it's got little missions that you can play. It's got like a million of them. And you just like keep going through these dungeons. You play bad guys, you get to a main guy, and it's like you get a reward after beating the big guy, the bad guy. And it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to do one mission. So it's a quick little thing. You can just kind of hop in, do a mission, get out, get some materia, get some armor or something, and then you just go to the next one or you keep playing the story. And I'm really digging it, just the flow of it. And what's really cool about it is that the story it's basically the scenes are all taking place in order of Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh,
So, which is really interesting. And you're doing it in this 3D world. It's a remake, so it's really good graphics. It looks like a modern game. It plays like a modern game. It looks really good. The cutscenes are a little like weird, but ultimately it is a new. It's not like these other Final Fantasy like Typo and all these weird ones where they transition it to a newer console. But it's really cool how like the beginning you're going to Midgar, you're doing the like where they had the motorcycle scene and he's driving away. It's kind of you're on the road and doing you have like a part of the game, and then you go to the church and you meet Aerith and you're dropping. It's like it's all these consistent, and it's just so far I'm probably about 40% through the game. It's just consistently it seems to be matching up with this
that's really
storyline, which is
cool.
really interesting, and really cool for somebody who likes Final Fantasy VII. Definitely recommend. Like, especially I think now you can get it for like $30 at places. Highly, I would pay $30, no question.
I think I'm still surprised you haven't played Final Fantasy 14, like the MMO.
I tried. No, I tried. I did try it. I've tried it like twice, like at two different occasions. I own it. Like I think I own the expansion on Steam or maybe not Steam. It's not on Steam, but on
It's on
something.
Steam now.
Oh, okay. I own it somewhere, the expansion as well. I just never. I don't.
You probably
I
just own
think
it through their Mognet or whatever they call.
that's probably it. I just
Yeah,
don't like the MM. I don't. I'm not that guy.
that's fair. That's fair.
There's too much stuff. It's too busy.
Well, you're really gonna hate what I'm playing then.
Yeah.
Uh, I've
Wait.
been I've been playing RuneScape.
RuneScape. Okay.
Yeah, old school RuneScape. I've been
What made you start playing that?
so so like it's in the card game I play. For those that don't know, I play Yu-Gi-Oh. I try to play it competitively. I'm getting back into it, but it's like the heavy tournament season right now. So like it's like this month I just went to a tournament, next month I go to a tournament, and the month after is nationals, right? So it's like boom boom boom. So it's a lot of prep, a lot of like practicing, got a lot of like studying and like all that stuff. It's like anything else, right? You got to like learn what things do and you got to like learn interactions. So it's taking up a lot of my time, which is fine. I enjoy it, but like I want to play video games as well, right? But I can't like sit down and I can't like play like a match of Call of Duty or like anything like that. So I was like, well, I want something I could just like pay like half attention to, and so RuneScape's like
Wait
perfect for
on
that.
that.
Yeah, you just like go and you just like attack a cow for like 20 minutes while you're like doing something else.
It's basically World of Warcraft.
I mean, World of Warcraft's still like intensive, right? Because you have to like do like buttons and all that other stuff. But like, this is like
It's just
literally
like
you just click attack and then I go and I do something. So, or like if I just have like if I'm watching a movie, right? I can just like have it on my other screen, and watch the movie and like click attack that cow, or like yeah, I need to like go chop down these trees. Click the
yeah, it looks
tree.
pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I've been doing. It's fun. I've never played RuneScape before, so it's been kind of weird like jumping on this bandwagon 20 years late or almost 22 years late at this point. Because when did they come out? Like 2001?
It said 2020. Yeah.
Like RuneScape original release. Because the game's old as dirt. Like in terms of the internet.
Like the OG OG.
Yeah, yeah. Original RuneScape release date. Yeah, 2001. Yeah, so I was right on the money
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So 22 years late on this bandwagon. I'm getting it. I see why people like it so much. So that's what I've been on. It's been fun. But I'm really just buying time to play Battle Network. God, I want to play Battle Network so bad. So bad.
So crazy. It's such a weird like
I
I feel
know.
like that like, It's
Dude.
got to be like a really niche. No.
No, dude, this game has a cult follow. Well, I guess this is the definition of niche, but
I
or
mean, to be
niche.
fair, I have not heard of it. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I have not heard it on any of the video game podcasts.
So Battle Network. So let's do. Let me go on like.
This is the one that has like the 20 different games or something on it. I kind of like the idea that if there's different tactical games in it,
Yeah, there is. There's a
because that
couple.
sounds like a lot of fun.
There was one. I don't know which one I'm like pining for. I don't know specifically which release. I think it's 2. I think it's literally just Battle Network 2 that I want to play real bad, but people are saying number 3 is the best according to what I'm seeing here. But I remember playing 2, so maybe I'm thinking of 2. But yeah, anyway, I'm really excited. I don't know. There's something
It's a
about
full
it. I
price
just love
game.
it.
It's a full price game, $60.
Yeah. I also had the when I was a kid, I had the little like there were these like gizmos and they had like little SD cards and you put the SD card in and that was your attack. And then you would like fight kids on the playground. The problem is I didn't have friends growing up. So I had
Or
like
none of the Mega Man people did, so they're all you
yeah,
got one
yeah.
person on each little
Ooh.
playground, all sad by themselves.
Yeah. And then eventually we had like a cross school meet, but then everybody showed up on different days because no, I'm kidding. Um so
No, this game looks pretty good. It does look good. Yeah.
yeah. I mean it's cool. It has like a cool combat system. It's very much like that old
I mean, I would probably pick Advance Wars before that, me personally. But this is definitely one I'd buy for like $20.
yeah, I think Advance Wars is gonna be a really good one to pick up regardless. When does
Yeah.
that come out? Is it like May or
No, it's April. It's like the 21st or something.
oh is it really?
Yeah, next Friday, I
Wow.
think.
Are you gonna pick that up right away or
I don't know because it's a full price game.
is it
It's 60
really?
bucks.
Why?
That's what I don't like I was saying last time. I think $40 is my sweet spot. Well, the problem now is I just bought 3 games, so there's no
Yeah.
way I'm buying it because I'm just not gonna play it. Like I know for sure. I'd rather just wait for it to go on sale for 40. But yeah, and then I still got games that are coming out, like the Jedi one's coming out
Oh
that
crap,
same
yeah.
weekend.
See, you're sitting here saying that it's not a good year for games, man, or and like
Yeah,
we've
but I'm
got
not excited. But yeah, sure, but it's not a game I'm looking forward to playing.
look, it
Like in the sense of like I can't sleep at night, or like I'm gonna go that first day and go buy it.
oh man. Did you
Full price.
ever lose sleep before the release of a game?
Definitely.
Yeah, I used
Honestly,
to
the most recent game that I've had where like I had to go buy it. Like that's the real question. On day one, what game did you just go out and go buy? Because for me, I'm not buying a bunch of games full price. Like that's just not me. I don't do that. And
Elden Ring.
okay, Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I did that for Elden Ring. I think we did because we bought it at the same time.
I
So
think that's
Elden Ring,
it.
yes. I did Far Cry. Far Cry 6, I did.
I didn't
I also did Borderlands 3, and that was disappointing. That was
Oh,
actually,
I did do Borderlands 3. I remember
yeah,
I streamed it and I was very excited and then I kind of got like a third of the way through it and I just like lost a lot of steam. It just didn't grab me like the first one did. Like I beat the first one like 5 or 6 times.
yeah. I don't know. I played maybe 20 hours and then I stopped. I mean, it was good. Honestly, it's a good game. I think it's the weapons. There's too many,
Well, I
and
mean
it just
that's
got.
the whole gimmick of the game there,
And
bro.
I get it. I get that. But if I think if they took it down a little bit and they made it more exploring, I think it would be kind of
Well,
cool.
you can't make the entire game about the gun. I get it.
Yeah.
Um cuz
Or maybe
like
if you had one gun and you could like you take a gun and you can like turn it, add it to your gun or like fuse it in some capacity or I don't know.
oh man, I almost promise you haven't played this game. I think it was called Loadout. Let me make
Definitely,
sure.
I've never even heard of it.
Let me see. It was an older game. Um, uh, uh.
2014. Yeah, this
Load.
sounds like a computer game just looking at it now.
Oh, is it? Did it come back out?
This is 2014.
Anyway, yeah. So the whole gimmick of the game was you build and customize your own gun. The way they did it was you had like a couple of different pieces, and then you can kind of mix and match your pieces to make whatever gun you want. So honestly, I think you would have loved that game because it was like quick fun. It was a multiplayer shooter. You just go in, you experiment with a gun, and then you get out, and then you kind of do whatever. It was like 10-minute matches. It was a
I like that.
blast. Yeah, it was a blast. I don't know what happened to it. I guess it just shut down, or I don't know. Guess it wasn't sustainable. But oh, it was free to play, so they probably didn't get enough. This was like during the dawn of microtransactions before people realized like
I could see that.
kind of what you need to do for that. So, but I've going back to your point though, I've always wanted a game where you can build a gun from scratch. Like and then it have like a complete impact. But I want it to be like a I don't even know, like Tarkov is a good example. If you've ever seen like the gun customization in Tarkov, but I kind of want more of like a weaponsmith feel where you can kind of like build the gearbox and like all these other things, and like depending on the gearbox you build, you could do X, Y, and Z. It's probably too ambitious though. I don't know.
I feel like it'd be pretty easy. Like maybe you find a gun and then you send it to your headquarters, and then they do research, and it has some special thing you learn from it, and then you can apply it to your gun.
That would
And
be cool.
you can do like five things on your gun, right? And you just keep exploring different places, and they have different types of technology and different types of weapons and guns, and you just kind of keep merging it to your one original gun that you have.
So this is spurring some of my creative juices, but before I even go into my long-winded rants as I always do, if you could build one video game, I don't know if we've talked about this yet. Maybe we have. But if you could build one video game as a concept, like if I was like, I will build whatever game you want, give me a 1 minute pitch. What's your elevator pitch?
For me personally, or like
Yeah, yeah,
make
yeah.
like,
If you personally,
oh,
you
I've thought about it
James.
many times. I don't know like the specifics, but it would definitely 100% be a tactical RPG. And now that I've played so many card games, I would mix a card game element to it. So basically, if you took Slay the Spire or Monster Train and mixed it with Final Fantasy Tactics, that's it.
Yeah, I could see it. That would actually be a cool game.
And there's not a lot like it, and I think you could actually make money on it as well. So it's not only just for me, but I think you could make money on it.
So yeah, no, I think that would be honestly that's actually a really good idea. Like, what would the game like? Would you use the cards as like the combat system, or would you
Yeah, I
use?
think the cards would
Okay,
be the combat, and like maybe you could have like a world map, and that's how you explore. And then maybe you have a dice system, or you have a card for that as well that kind of randomizes it. Or you could just have a game where you're exploring, and then you get into a battle, and then you use the card, right? And then it's tactical. I don't really know. I haven't really thought too deep into it, but I just like the idea because I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I know everybody's just waiting for a remake. And it's they don't have a lot of competition. There's literally nothing out there. Like we were talking about games we bought on day one. I bought Ogre Battle on day one, and it was probably one of the most disappointing day one games I've ever, more so than even Borderlands. Just because I didn't, one, I never really got it. I own it on Super Nintendo. I still have it in my little collection. It's probably worth a ton of money, but it's I never even played it. And I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be like Final Fantasy Tactics, and then they added some weird element into it where you have these little cards you have to collect, and like they give you extra powers. And like every time it was just the weirdest. I don't know if it was a bug or something, but it's like every time I tried to attack somebody, I would do like 10 damage, where they would do like 100 damage. And it wasn't the difficulty level, it wasn't that. It was just some weird, like I'm throwing a rock at somebody and I cause one damage. Like, what's the point of throwing a rock if I'm only gonna get like Final Fantasy Tactics was cool. It would cause 10 damage, and then it would move the player back one space or something fun like that. And so there was actually creativity to it, but I didn't get into it. But yeah,
have you ever played
I don't know.
Octopath?
There's really no competition out there for those type of games.
I think the only real competition is like Octopath Traveler. I don't know if you've played those
But
yet.
that's not tactical battle though. That's an RPG. That's just a turn-based RPG. Where I'm talking about like a battle grid, like you're on.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like a chess battler in a way.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
And that's what I'm talking about my game idea too. It'd be something like that, and then you throw in cards.
Oh, you know what could be really cool is like a chess battler, and then like you go in, and then each character has its own like deck. That could be cool. And then that's how you like when they level up, you can like
When they
swap
level
cards
up, it's like
out and
randomized.
stuff like
Ooh, that'd be
that.
kind of cool. It's like randomized too.
Or you could even do like skill trees for the
And
characters
then
if
you
you.
get a new card. Ooh, I like that idea. Actually, that's a great
Ooh,
idea.
that's cool. I like
'Cause
that.
then you're adding the very, and then if you could make it into a quick game, because like that's the other part too. If you could turn it into a game that lasts an hour, like how could you make it where it's only an
See,
hour?
I think for something like this, you would want to build the characters up more so that way you're attached to that person. And then you could do what Fire Emblem does where it's lasting death, right? So, and like your sessions may be like an hour, right? And you can engineer it to where you can make progress in an hour with battle and all that. But like you're building your party as you go, almost like an XCOM, in that way, where you like get attached to these people and like you really want to
Or
see
maybe
it.
something like Disgaea or whatever, where basically
This, yeah,
you level up the items.
yeah, that could be
So like
cool.
maybe you level up the character. You have to like go in a dream or you go into some state and then you do the turn-based battle. You level up and then you get out of it, and now you have to do that for each player, and then you play this big game.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
interesting. All
So that could be really cool. I kind
right,
of
what
want.
about you? What's your
So,
game idea?
so this is something. Again, this is just because I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and all that stuff. I want it to be like a free roam MMO where you have all of these supporting systems. So like you have combat, you have all this stuff, right? But the goal of the game is to obtain cards and the like you would like clear a dungeon and there's a drop chance for this card and like blah 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 blah, right? And so you have to grind and you actually have to like flesh out all of these things. But by doing all of this, and there's like unknown cards and all that stuff, you build a deck, and then like the end goal, however you would incentivize this, so like the competitive aspect of the game, would be a card game. Would be like a competitive tournament format. But the idea is that you're spending all of this time in this game to obtain these cards, so everybody's deck, as long as you're releasing enough patches, updates, DLCs, and all that stuff, everybody's deck is gonna be different, right? Because you would have like different dungeon paths and all this other stuff. So like imagining like colors, just imagine like red, blue, green, red, right? To make it very simple. If you want like your red deck, you're in the top left region the most of the time and you're trying to flesh it all out, and in that region there's probably like 30 different dungeons to get all these different cards, and then like you maybe go and like do like harvesting quests and all that stuff. And then that way it's like a real vibrant living world where you come in for like, I don't know, like at the end of the month for like a tournament or something. If you win the tournament you get real money or whatever. um, to me that sounds like paradise. That's the one thing I want real bad. Just an open world RPG MMO where you're collecting cards like in Gwent in The Witcher, where you're traveling to like collect all these cards, and then you play in this tournament. That just, oh man, I want it so bad.
No, I like it, and I like it if it was like an Elden Ring, like the exploration of Elden Ring.
Yeah, so like that would be the thing, is it's mainly exploration based. The problem is with modern games nowadays is things will get solved eventually unless you hide a lot from your players or if you trickle in things
Right.
consistently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think
Or if
like
you
the
just
trickling
randomize
in
it.
would be fine. I think you could trickle in. Like that's what Genshin Impact does. They do a really good job. So like people that dump like literally like thousands of dollars into it get whatever they want. But this game, like you would have to dump time to get whatever you want, and then you would have like basically like different tiers and stuff like that. So I've thought a
No, I
lot
like it.
about this. I just don't have the prowess to make it.
All right, that AI is gonna make it one day.
Oh, dude, please, please,
I'm
anything to
excited.
get this game.
Exactly. All
So,
right, we got like 2, 3 more minutes. What else
do
we
we
want to talk about?
really?
Yeah, it flew by.
Wow, that's crazy. Um. Oh yeah, would you look at that? Insane. Um, I don't know. I think I've covered mainly everything I've
I'm
All
trying
I
to think what
really
else I
came into
played.
this was like, hey, I'm playing RuneScape. That's all I had. Like the news is
That's
kind
fine.
of dry this week.
I played a lot of games. I feel like I played. That's what I was saying. I don't know if we skipped a week because I feel like I played a lot of games because I beat RE4 and then I played. And GameFly's been off the chain. Like I literally have gotten 2 games. And not sponsored, but 2 games within like 2 days. It took 2 days literally to get here. For 2 games, which is phenomenal because I'm used to waiting a whole week. And I played the PGA Tour, the new golf game, which was freaking awful. I would
Yeah,
not recommend it in any capacity.
I
I do
could have
want to
saved
try.
you some time there.
It does make me want to try out the PGA, the one with Tiger Woods, the 2K one. I am kind of curious about that, but this one, the Road to Masters one, the EA one, not a fan of complete. Like I literally played 5 minutes max and just returned it that day in the
That's
mail.
wild. Yeah,
And now I'm waiting for the Atari game. I'm getting that soon because there was like an Atari 50-year collection. So I'm kind of curious on. It's got like good reviews. I'm kind of curious on it. So the
what
cool
would
part
even
about
be
what I
in
like about
that?
GameFly is I can test these little small games and just try them and just see how they feel. But this Crisis Core, I'll probably beat that in a few days, and then I'm just off to whatever these choices I make. So we'll see. And then I'm still playing Monster Train.
Still, yeah, it's a
I'm
good
not gonna
game.
stop. I don't know. I
They're
tried playing
coming out
Slay
with a new
Fire.
one, not Monster Train, but
Ooh,
like
are
that
they?
genre. Yeah, I heard somebody talking about it. I don't know what it's called, but
Dude, I'll
somebody
take
literally
any.
said it's like Slay the Spire 2. Hold on.
Yeah, if you can make any recommendations for any of those that I haven't played or I haven't like looked at, I'm down.
Um,
Like, there's not a whole lot like of
yeah,
good
there's.
review points.
Let me see. Where is it?
I got another one. It's kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons one. It's a card game. Oh no, it's a turn-based game, and it's like Dungeons and Dragons to the point of it's roles and it's a story. It's text game. Um, it's got good reviews. It's cool. I just didn't get into it. I'm gonna keep playing it though. I'll
There's
talk
a
about it later.
game that I would want to play. Actually, I would want to play with you. Is called For the King. It's probably a cheap
I have
little
heard
game
of this.
too.
I think I
Um,
own it. Yeah,
so, but they're
I think I
coming out
had
with
it.
number 2 soon. So, but it's literally on sale right now. Or
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
yeah. I
not.
have
Never
this.
mind. I lied. It was on sale. The deluxe edition's on sale. I guess I don't know.
Oh, it's
Um,
co-op. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So this could be. It's just like one of those little roguelike games, um, but looks super fun.
Yeah, this looks actually really cool.
Yeah, I tried playing with a buddy of mine. He wasn't super into it, but I'm like, please, it's just so cool. So we gotta get together and play this sometime.
Definitely nerdy. Definitely nerdy.
Yeah. So, before the King 2 comes out, when does that come out? Like a couple months, I think. Anyway, sometime soon. But that's pretty much it. You can play anything this upcoming week? Just
Oh, and we're gonna go see Mario because
oh
we didn't
yeah,
see it last week. They were just all booked. I'm really excited for the
I
movie theater
watched
because
it
they
on
were.
Sunday. So I literally
Oh, you
came
watched
in.
it?
Yeah, I came into town. I got here at like 8:30. Went to sleep. Woke up. Went to go see Mario. Came back. Went back to bed.
That's awesome. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think you're gonna love it. It's
I think
really
so.
good.
I
It's
think we're
really
gonna watch.
funny, and there's some parts you're like, there's no way they said this. There's literally no way they said this, and they just get away with it. I it's it's like Jack Black wrote it. It's so funny.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. And the
Oh
song,
man,
there's supposedly like a really good song with the peach with
yeah,
peaches.
peaches, peaches, peaches. Anyway, it's good.
I'm excited. Yeah, we'll probably see that Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, let me know when you do. I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it Tuesday.
Sweet. So, all right. Well,
All right,
I think that's it.
good show.
Good stuff. All right. Well, if you guys haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe. If you guys want to see anything in the future, want us to talk about anything, or if you guys want us to get a little saucy with the news, comment topics down below. Otherwise, we'll catch you next week.